So here we have a 1977 Chevy C10 Shortbed. I'll give you a quick look at the truck. It does have the, what I call the old school tailgate, where it says Chevrolet, but it's kind of indented into the tailgate, which I've always liked these type of tailgates. I know some of the newer ones will have a cover. They put a chrome cover on them. And then it does have the painted bumper as opposed to the chrome. And a lot of times they would change these out. Or you can, I do like the diamond plate. I guess it was popular back then. Let's see. There's the back. Look under here. The bottom of this bed's really rusted out, so we're gonna be changing it out to another bed, but I'm keeping the sides on them. Sides and trim. And because it's rotted out, that's why you see it's not aligned on here. This bed is actually loose on the floor, so we're gonna replace that. So this truck does have some rust on the bottom, and what happened is that this truck, when it was originally parked, they parked under a tree. The bed was under a tree, and there wasn't an incline, so all the back just got filled up with a bunch of leaves over the years, and it rotted out that whole bed on the bottom. So that's what caused this issue, but we're going to be replacing that. Look here, pretty nice. So this truck is the Scottsdale 10. So I know there's different versions there. And look in the front. So we did get the brakes to work on this. They replaced the bleeder screw as well as a new brake hose, because it wasn't going through, so they replaced it, so now it's catching. Now it's good. Let's get a look in the front. It was last on the road in 2012. Look at it here. Now, these short beds are getting very hard to find. And it has that old school tubular grill on here. There's this side. Once again, it does have the Scottsdale badging on this side as well. Scottsdale 10. Look here. This is a little gas tank I use to start up the engines when the gas tanks are rusty. So I'll usually, maybe I'll do a video on it. I'll hook it up to the fuel pumps or directly to the carbs to run them without having to get that rusty gas in them. So, see. Another thing, this one does have the front bumper, the chrome one. with the bumper guards. So a lot of times they won't have the chrome front bumper, and if they do, a lot of times they don't have the chrome, the bumper guard. So that's pretty nice that it has those. Let's see here. Look at the engine. I did another video about this engine already, but if you haven't seen it, we'll go ahead and go through it real quick. It is a 250 straight 6, inline 6. The look on this side. So non-AC truck. It does have the electronic ignition on here, so it's not points. Another thing about this straight 6, it's a 77, so it has the integrated head. So I know a lot of people don't like these heads because you're not able to put a separate intake and exhaust. I know sometimes you can buy those kits to put headers on straight 6, make them faster. You're not able to do that with these integrated heads because they're one piece. So the earlier ones are the ones that the inline 6 people actually are looking for. This was, it does now have power steering. This was like a homemade bracket, so it has power steering. And this truck has a 700 R4 transmission, so it does have overdrive. It's not original to it, it was added on. Back in the day, we're trying to maximize MPG with this truck, trying to get better gas mileage. And I think the most I ever got out of this engine and transmission combination was about 16 miles to the gallon. So I mean, if you compare it to a regular 350, you're probably getting about 8 to 10 miles to the gallon. So it is good, but I was hoping to get a lot more out of it. We still had the 2-barrel carburetor on it, so if I would have gone to a single barrel, maybe that would have helped. I don't know. So look, I guess now let's look at the interior of this truck. Some stuff in there, a welder. Door panels are from a later C10, but they're getting hard to find. They're expensive, so we put this on here. Hopefully one day we'll paint it. If I get the original color, I'll put it on. It's a wooden steering wheel. This is I think you can see that on there, a Nardi steering wheel. Dash. We do have this I don't know if you remember this radio. I used to actually have a little display of like dolphins swimming in here. They came out in the early 2000s. But the rest of it here, the glove box, it is there. It's on the floor. You can see it. It fell, and so I need to get that back up on there. No headliner on this truck. So the seat, I do have another seat I'm gonna put on there. I have a blue seat. Then I'm gonna be replacing this bench seat with that. And this underdash AC unit, I believe it came from I've been told it's from a Tri-Fi Chevy 55 through 57. So I'm not sure if that's correct, but it's not hooked up. I put it in here with the intent to ultimately put in AC in this truck, and I was gonna try to retrofit that into this truck to try to get air conditioning. So here's a look at the interior. You see the dash? It has this gray dash as opposed to the black dash, or even sometimes I've seen some of the like the wood grain. So it kind of matches the steering wheel. And I did replace the door strikers on this. In the past, when you would close a door, it would stay kind of like rattling. You had to slam it in order for it to close right. So I replaced these door strikers. I think they're about a little over $10. So let's see here. See, no more rattling. So if you have that issue, go ahead and change out those door strikers. Not that bad. They're easy to replace. This has a hex. Use a hex, take it off, replace it. It takes probably about 2 minutes. All right. I think that's going to be it for this video.